3. Setting up Firebar conferencing rooms. Firstly, log on to the system at the address given to you by your system administrator. And now displayed is your logon homepage. From the main menu, press Firebar Conferences and you are taken to the Defined Firebar Conferences page that shows the conferences that have been defined for this moderator's account. To add a new Firebar conference, press the Add button and you are taken to the first page of the Add Firebar Conferences setup. If you wish to edit an existing conference, press the Edit button next to the conference you want to edit. And here you can see we're taking into the Edit page for an existing conference. Let's examine how to set up a conference. This is the Edit page, but is exactly the same as the new conference page, with the exception that the fields have already been filled in. In the first field, we give a subject or a title to the conference. In this case, we've used US Army Combat Air Brigade Emergency Conference as our conference subject. The next decision we need to make is who's going to be called on the Firebar. I can select a group of users that have already been added in the Add Groups setup, described in the General section, or I can add individual users which have also been added in the Add Users section of the General setup. In this case, I'm going to select the Flight Dispatch and the Ground Controller. I can also add users from a system-wide address book that's been compiled via the System Administrator interface, shown here. The next thing to consider is the pins. This is the main activation pin. In this case, I've asked the system to choose a random number, but I can put any number I like into this activation field. Next is the moderator's pin. The moderator's pin is used when I want to enter as a moderator and set up regular conferences or control the conference from the moderator's phone input. Lastly, we have the participants pin, and again, this can be randomly chosen by the system, or we can enter any number that we like into this field. This pin will be used by the people that are called to join the conference, or they can be entered automatically by the system. The next decision I need to make is whether to use a greeting and a message body that are automatically played to the respondent when they answer the phone on the Firebar. I can, of course, select none, and so that the conferees are joined just straight into the conference. In this case, I'm going to select some pre-recorded messages that have been pre-recorded under the pre-recorded messages menu. To listen to these messages, just simply press the loudspeaker button and your media player will open and play the messages.
This is a test of the Combat Air Brigade's emergency conferencing system.
It's as simple as that. The next feature to consider is scheduling. Most Firebar conferences will be scheduled on demand. In other words, nothing will happen until the user dials or triggers the conference by picking up the phone. But also we have a very useful feature called scheduling, and we highly recommend you use this where the Firebar conferencing is going to be used in emergency situations. Scheduling a conference call can test all the respondents on a regular basis, and we would recommend that you do this on a weekly basis just to make sure that everybody's still got the same phone number and they will in fact respond.